Okay, so you know those Dollar Days sales,
Hmm.
like they always get you.
Yeah.
The one you sent over, it's really speaking to my inner bargain hunter.
Hmm.
I mean, so many tools,
Hmm.
so many possibilities.
I know.
It looks like you're gearing up for some projects.
Maybe some pre-holiday prep work, right? This sale is running October 14th through the 27th.
Oh yeah, definitely a stock up before the holidays vibe.
Yeah.
They've really thrown in a bit of everything with this one. Some things are pretty standard, but then there are these oddly specific items that sort of jump out at you.
Yes.
Like what caught your eye when you first skimmed through it?
Well, definitely this 5-inch jumbo aluminum hook.
Oh.
Like jumbo makes it sound so intense. Makes you wonder what kind of heavy duty projects people are tackling.
Seriously. Is this for hanging plants or suspending a small car?
Right.
I need to know.
Yeah.
And then we've got the serpentine belt toolkit,
Mm.
which sounds a little more...
Specialized.
Yep.
It does, yeah. And it actually tells us something interesting about the target audience for this sale.
Okay.
Like, a serpentine belt is a crucial part of your car's engine.
Right.
It keeps everything running smoothly.
Right.
And replacing it isn't exactly... Your average oil change requires a bit more know-how.
Yeah, so we're not talking about your casual DIYer here
Right.
with this kit.
No.
Suggests they're appealing to folks who are comfortable getting their hands dirty under the hood.
Exactly. And that ties into something else I noticed, that wire pliers rack.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who needs a whole rack
Right.
dedicated to just pliers?
It's not even just pliers.
Yeah.
It's pliers as a lifestyle choice at that point.
Exactly. And that level of tool organization suggests a certain type of shopper.
Okay.
Someone serious about their projects and who probably has a dedicated workspace.
So we've got these intriguing individual items.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture? When you look at the brands and the types of products on offer, what's your take?
That's where things get really interesting. It's a bit of both, actually.
Okay.
You've got your classic, reliable brands mixed in with some more budget-friendly options.
Okay.
For instance, I see they've got the Stalwart brand tape measure on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Those are generally pretty solid for everyday use.
Right.
Not top of the line,
Yeah.
but they get the job done.
Those bread and butter tools everyone needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you see something, this triple ball trailer hitch from a brand I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
That raises a flag for me and
Yeah.
makes me wonder, is this a case of getting what you pay for?
Right.
Something like a trailer hitch.
Right.
You want to be sure it's up to the task.
Yeah. There's a difference between grabbing a deal on a screwdriver you'll use a few times a year
Sure.
and investing in something that needs to be heavy duty.
Right.
Right.
And that ties into the whole proceed with caution aspect of these sales.
Yeah.
Like, you sent over this flyer because you wanted to make sure you were getting good deals.
Right.
But how do you sort the treasure from, well, the tools that might break after one use?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
besides the obvious,
Right.
checking reviews, comparing prices,
Of course.
what are some things people should keep in mind with these Dollar Days deals?
Well, you hit the nail on the head with comparing prices.
Okay.
Just because something is marked down doesn't mean it's a steal.
Right.
Sometimes it's helpful to look up the regular price of an item online just to get a sense of how much you're really saving.
It's so easy to get caught up in the moment. Like
Oh, yeah.
50% off.
Total.
That must be a good deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you get home and it's like, well,
Yeah.
50% off of what?
Right.
Another thing to watch out for is quality,
Mhm.
like we touched on earlier.
Yeah.
Lower prices often mean some compromises have been made, whether it's the materials or the craftsmanship.
Okay.
Right.
So that quick fine tape measure with the ABS casing we talked about earlier, maybe the ABS plastic isn't as durable as it could be.
Exactly. It might hold up fine for occasional home use.
Right.
But if you're a contractor using it day in and day out,
Yeah.
you might want something more heavy duty.
Right.
And then there's the issue of hitting costs.
Ah, yes, those sneaky little add-ons.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That air compressor might seem like a bargain,
Yeah.
but what about the attachments?
Okay.
Do you need specific hoses or fittings that aren't included?
Right.
Those costs can add up quickly.
It's like that 1,500-pound steel ATV motorcycle lift you pointed out earlier.
Yeah,
Sure, the lift itself might be a great deal,
sure.
but what about the installation?
Yeah.
Do you need specific tools or hardware for that?
Right.
And are those on sale too?
Exactly. It's easy to get laser focused on the initial price tag
Yeah.
and forget about the bigger picture.
Right.
And speaking of the bigger picture,
Okay.
there's another interesting layer to this Dollar Days phenomenon.
Oh, tell me more. So we talked about like the thrill of the hunt and the importance of making sure you're shopping smart.
Right.
But I feel like there's something more here.
Yeah.
This flyer, it isn't just about discounts.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a snapshot of how people are approaching their homes, their cars, their projects these days.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this focus on DIY and home repairs often sees an uptick during times of economic uncertainty.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a way for people to take control, be resourceful.
Right.
Instead of hiring a professional for every little thing,
Mm-hmm.
they're empowered to kind of tackle projects themselves. It's about making do with what you have.
Yeah.
Finding creative solutions and maybe even learning some new skills along the way.
It's funny, in a world that's so focused on convenience and instant gratification, there's something almost rebellious about digging through a bin of tools at Dollar Days.
Totally.
And finding the perfect wrench.
Yes.
And knowing you've got the power to tackle that to-do list all on your own.
It's a powerful idea.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, in a world of prepackaged solutions and one-click purchases, what does the enduring appeal of tools and DIY tell us about ourselves?
Yeah, what does it tell us? Maybe it's about connecting with something tangible, something real in an increasingly digital world.
Totally.
Or maybe it's the satisfaction of knowing you did something yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a real sense of accomplishment that comes from fixing something, building something with your own two hands.
So as you're flipping through that Dollar Days flyer, remember, you're not just looking at discounts on tools and hardware.
Yeah.
You're tapping into a whole world of possibility, resourcefulness.
For sure.
And maybe even a little self-reliance.
And who knows, you might just discover a hidden talent for DIY along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself with an extra jumbo aluminum hook,
you know
where to find me.
Yeah.
Happy deal hunting.
Yeah.